Good Saturday morning and welcome to the campus of Urbana High School as we get set for non-conference play, and Coach Billy Harmon guaranteeing a Tiger victory today as your Urbana Tigers playing host to the Westville Tigers. Jason Liggett along with you on the Tigers Media Network. We appreciate you tuning in, whether that's streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6, or watching on Urbana Public Television, Comcast Xfinity's Channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and i3 Broadband Channel 6. We're just about set to get the first pitch underway on what should be a beautiful day for baseball, for softball here at Urbana High School. Lydia Gonzer is set to lead off for the Westville Tigers. On deck will be Abby Sabalaski and Riley Jones in the hole. Batting cleanup is the pitcher, Desi Darnell, for Westville. And on the mound for the Urbana Tigers this morning is Allison Deck. We saw Allison Deck with a walk-off home run as well as a very well-pitched performance our last time here at the Urbana softball field. We'll see what the Tigers defense can do here. First go round against the Westville Tigers. Shortstop Lydia Gonzer is at the plate as we get underway here at Urbana High School. Deck fires it past her for strike number one. 0-1 count to Lydia. And she thought about that one, but whizzes it past her for strike two. 0-2 the count now. That one is hit in the air, out of play. Pop fly is caught down the third base side. Caught by shortstop Lorelai Yao. So 1 up, 1 down. Urbana off to a good start here. And coming up to the plate for Westville is Abby Sabalaski. Abby at first base this morning for Westville. Deck misses the mark there, and 1-0 the count to Sabalaski. Evens things up with strike number one. For more information on Urbana Tigers softball, you can always follow them on Twitter at Urbana Tigers SB. Sabalaski swinging away at that one and misses. 1-2 count now. Here's the delivery from Allison Deck. Ball outside. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. Brings up a full count now. And staying alive in the at-bat is Abby Sabalaski. She gets the bat up to protect the strike zone and fouls that one off. So we'll reset the scene here again. 1 out, nobody on, full count, and she gets the strikeout. Sabalaski swings through, and Allison Deck with her first strikeout of the morning. 2 outs now, top of the first, and we're scoreless here at Urbana High School. This one fouled back by Riley Jones. Jones behind the plate for the Westville Tigers this morning. That one's high out of the zone and called for ball one. Darnell's on deck. Ariel Clarkston is in the hole. Makes contact with that, a short little blooper to third base, and fielding that one nicely for the Urbana Tigers, Ava Lemming, and gets the final out of the top of the first. So the Tigers will get their chance at the plate now. 3 up, 3 down for the Westville Tigers. Gonzer popped out in foul territory down the third base side. Allison Deck got Zabalaski swinging, and Riley Jones pops out to third. 3 up, 3 down, and leading off for Urbana, Lorelei Yao. We saw Yao was the one who ran out of play to make that catch to get the second out, or the first out of the inning, rather. She'll lead off for the Tigers. Batting second is Brinley Pullman, and playing center field. Batting third at second base is Abby Brown. Pitcher Allison Deck batting cleanup. Ava Lemming batting fifth and playing third. Batting sixth out in left field, Haley Thompson. First base player Taylor DeBerry batting seventh, and then Julia Rudisil, the right fielder, is batting eighth, and in ninth is Sydney Uher, Urbana Tiger catcher. Scoreless game as we enter the bottom of the first here. Cloudy skies here in Urbana, but don't believe there's any real threat of rain today. Should be a good morning for softball. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. Jason Liggett here with you. It's been a busy spring for us here at UPTV, so didn't quite get out to cover as many games as we normally do with the compact schedule. But happy to be here this morning. And we certainly know Urbana's Allison Deck, a lethal pitcher, but from what I understand, Westville Tigers' Desi Darnell, just as, if not more. Lorelei makes contact with it. 4-3 gets the put out. So Tigers don't waste any time swinging right away. Lorelei grounds out. And now Brinley's up at the plate for the Tigers. Brinley Pullman out in center field and batting second this morning. She swings away at the first pitch, too. Slow roller back to the mound and toss it over to first for the out. So 2 pitches and 2 outs. Abby Brown up to the plate now for Urbana. Swinging away at the first one. Abby there, not able to make contact. Strike number 1 delivered from Desi Darnell. She was hesitant on that swing and did not make contact. They whip it right past her. 0-2 count now with 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first and scoreless. Called ball. Inside there. 1-2 the count now to Brown. And gets caught looking at strike number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Just 6 pitches thrown by Desi Darnell in that first inning. As we head to the second, No runs have come across, still no base runners. And pitcher Desi Darnell is up for the Westville Tigers. Darnell will lead off the second. On deck is Ariel Clarkston. And Kiera Cox, the third base player, will bat third this inning. Darnell looks at strike number one from Allison Deck. Big crowd on hand early on in this ball game. Darnell looks at strike number two. So Deck gets ahead in the count. 2 quick strikes to Desi Darnell. That one high and inside for ball number one. 1-2 the count now. The delivery from Deck. In there for strike number 3 as Darnell swings away. Second strikeout of the game for Allison Deck. 1 out in this inning as she delivers ball number 1 to Ariel Clarkston. Clarkston out at second base today. That last one low and inside for ball number 2. 2-1 the count to Clarkston. Deck delivers that one to even up the count at 2 apiece. If you're just joining us, top of the second inning, 1 out, nobody on. And nobody has scored yet. 0-0 ball game early on in this one. That one gets past Uher and will be ball number 3, so full count. Big pitch here to Ariel Clarkston. She pops this one up down the third base side, and coming up with that defensive catch there for the Urbana Tigers, third base player Ava Lemming. So out number 2. That's the third pop out of the game down the third base side. Kiera Cox up to bat now for Westville. Takes ball number 1 inside. Swings away at strike 1, so 1-1 the count now for Cox. And Allison whiffs that one past her for strike number 2. And there's strike number 3. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. So Kiera Cox goes down swinging, and now Urbana will have another opportunity at the plate. See if they can have a little bit more success against Desi Darnell in the bottom of the second. In the first, Darnell got Lorelei to ground out with 1 pitch, then got Brindley to ground out with 1 pitch, and then struck out Abby Brown with 4 pitches. So just 6 pitches so far thrown for Desi Darnell. Due up for the Tigers, pitcher Allison Deck. Ava Lemming is on deck. And in the hole, Haley Thompson. Allison with a rip to center field, and it will be caught. Very good contact there for Allison Deck, but she hits it on a string to Haley Douglas out there in center, and Douglas makes quick work of that. Ava Lemming, slow roller to short. She's going to have to turn on the wheels and doesn't get there in time. Lydia tosses that one over to Abby for the second out of the inning. Left fielder Haley Thompson at the plate to face Darnell. Swings away at strike number 1. Second pitch is low and inside for ball number 1. This might be a blooper. Oh, thought that was going to get down, but good hustle out there in center field from the Westville Tigers, Haley Douglas. Scoops that up and gets the pop out of Haley Thompson. So the Tigers don't get anyone on, and we head to the third now. Aubrey Jenkins going to lead things off for the Westville Tigers. Caitlin Hughes on deck, and then Haley Douglas. Well, the Tigers of Urbana have been making contact with the ball, but hitting it to the wrong spots. Urbana has recorded 4 groundouts and 1 pop out on the offensive side of things, and Struck out once back in the first. Although the Urbana Tigers defense has been just as stifling as the Westville Tigers defense so far. Allison Deck has 3 strikeouts, and the Westville Tigers also have popped out 3 times. Deck throws that one past Aubrey. Aubrey swings away at strike number 1. Going to the count now to Aubrey. And swings away at strike number 3. Caitlin Hughes looks at strike number 1. Swings away at strike 2 and looks down the third base side. And looks at strike number 3. 5th strikeout of the morning for Allison Deck. And Hallie Douglas up at the plate. We saw Douglas make some key catches out there in center field. Save some base runners. She goes for a bunt. See if Tigers can get her, and looks like they tagged her. So they call her out. We have a situation where the bunt was down the first base side. Pitcher went to tag the base runner, the batter, I suppose you could say, and now she's called safe. So after discussing that with the home plate umpire, first base ump says the runner was safe, so Douglas gets a single out of it. And the first base runner of the game for either side. And now Haley George. Excuse me, that's Lydia is back up to the plate. So Lydia Gonzer 0 for 1 on the afternoon as she fouls that one back behind us. She popped out to lead off the game back in the first. Well hit ball, and that will drop. That drops just on the edge of the infield. Urbana couldn't make a play on it, so now runners at the corners with 2 out. Big opportunity here for the Westville Tigers as Abby Samolaski is up to the plate. They look to throw her out at third, and they launch that one into the outfield. And Westville Tigers strike first. They score on the error. And that's Douglas coming across the plate as Uher tried to toss her out at third. So it's a 1-0 Westville lead here. And you go back to Haley Douglas's bunt that was originally called out, and then the umpires conversed and she was called safe. That was huge for Westville as Douglas came around to score the first run of the big game. That one fouled right back behind us at the corner of Washington and Broadway. That one's popped up, edge of the infield, and Lorelei Yao is there to get the pop out. So Westville Tigers leave one stranded, get one across the plate, and they lead as we go into the bottom of the third now. It's a 1-0 ball game. We'll see if the Tigers offense can respond, get that run back, and maybe some more. The Urbana Tigers still looking for their first base runner of the game. Taylor DeBerry is due to lead off the third inning, bottom of the third for Urbana Tigers. Rudisil on deck, and Uher is in the hole. We expected a pitcher's duel this game, and so far this morning, that's exactly what we've gotten. The only run to come across the plate was on an errant throw. DeBerry lays off that one as low roller across the plate. She swings away at strike number one, so 1-1 count here to Taylor DeBerry. DeBerry falls behind now, 1-2 the count. Here's the delivery from Desi Darnell. Inside for ball number 2. That ball gets away from Riley Jones, rolls to the backstop. Now a full count. DeBerry grounds that one to third, and they toss it over for the first out of the bottom of the third. So Tigers continue to put the ball in play, but haven't reached the base yet. Right fielder Julia Rudisil at the plate for the Urbana Tigers. She tips that one foul. Lays off pitch number 2 there, so 1-1 the count as that was called ball. Rudisil looks down to Coach Warner at third. Evens things up with that swing. 2-2 count. And Darnell gets her swinging for strike number 3. Second strikeout of the game for Desi Darnell. And catcher Sydney Uher is up to bat now for Urbana. Uher with a healthy cut there, does not make contact. Darnell connects with strike number 2 there. And Uher swinging away. Strike number 3, 3 up, 3 down. 2 Ks in that inning alone for Darnell. So we're headed to the 4th. The Westville Tigers up 1-0 over your Urbana Tigers. Westville has had 2 players reach base, both in the last inning, in the 3rd. And center fielder Haley Douglas came around to score the game's lone run. The Urbana Tigers still searching for their first base runner of the morning against Desi Darnell and the Westville Tigers defense. Catcher Riley Jones up to the plate for Westville. She gets a hold of that one, hits it out to left field. And there to make the play for the Urbana Tigers is Haley Thompson. So Jones sent that ball for a little ride, but Thompson was out in left and ready. Hauls that one in, and it brings pitcher Desi Darnell up to the plate. She's 0 for 1 on the game, struck out back in the 2nd. Swings away at strike number 1 here in the 4th. Darnell looks at strike number 2. Allison Deck has her eyes on another strikeout. That one fouled straight back by Darnell. Count remains at 0-2. Darnell goes down low for that one and fouls that one back. Staying alive in the count. Low and inside for the first ball of the at-bat, 1-2. That one's hit high. See if the Tigers can get there, and they cannot. It's going to be a double, maybe more. She's headed to third. Darnell's going to get the triple. She gets there safe standing up and thought about home there. Almost an inside the Parker as that ball got away from the Tigers. So with just one out, Westville has a runner on third. A triple from pitcher Desi Darnell. And now Ariel Clarkston with a prime opportunity to get an RBI here with just one out in the inning. Darnell on third. Clarkston's 0 for 1 on the afternoon, and she tries to bunt down the first base side. That one rolls foul. Clarkston popped out back in the second. Tries to bunt again. 0-2 the count here to Clarkston. And swinging away at strike number 3. Kiera Cox up to the plate now for Westville. Swings away at strike number 1. Cox 0 for 1 on the morning with a strikeout back in the second inning. That one's popped up. Will Urbana get to it? And they do. Kaylee Thompson running over to center field to make that play. And they get out of the inning. So Westville leaves the runner stranded on third. Nobody crosses the plate, and we're headed to the bottom of the fourth as Urbana's offense still looks to get going here. Leadoff hitter Lorelei Yao will be up to the plate first. As we are back at the top of the order here for the Tigers for the bottom of the fourth. Westville is up 1-0 as they got a run across the plate on an errant throw back in the third. Thanks so much for joining us here at Urbana High School softball field. This broadcast of the Urbana Tigers hosting the Westville Tigers. Whether you're streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6, or watching on Urbana Public Television, Comcast Xfinity's channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse channel 99, i3 Broadband channel 6, we're happy to have you along for the ride. 1-0 ball game in favor of the Westville Tigers. Bottom of the fourth inning. Lorelei Yao going to leave things off for the Tigers. She showed bunt, and that pitch outside. She pulled away for ball number 1. Lorelei lays off that one outside for ball number 2. She makes contact. This is about exactly what happened with her first at-bat back in the first. She grounds to the second baseman, and she tosses it over for the first out in the fourth. So Lorelei 0 for 2 on the morning. 2 ground outs. Right to second base player. Brindley Pullman up at the plate, center fielder for the Urbana Tigers. She makes contact with this. It is ripped to left field, but right to her as that's out number 1. Aubrey Jenkins out in left field for the Westville Tigers. Makes a play on that ball and gets out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring Abby Brown back up to the plate. Brown playing second for Urbana this morning. She's 0 for 1. Struck out back in the 1st. Abby fouls that one down the third base side, right in front of the dugout of Westville. 1-2 the count now, and here's the delivery from Desi. And gets her swinging for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. And Desi and Westville have retired 12 straight now. So Urbana doesn't get anyone on the bags. Therefore, no one across the plate. We start the top of the 5th inning now. It's a 1-0 Westville lead here at Urbana High School. Aubrey Jenkins due up for Westville. Caitlin Hughes will bat second, and followed by Haley Douglas. Urbana has made some good contact with the ball, but hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Desi Darnell, last inning for Westville. Looked like they were going to add to their lead here. She batted second and got a triple, which is 1 out, but Allison Deck then able to strike out Ariel Clarkston, and they gets Cox to pop out for the 3rd out of that inning, and Westville left one stranded. As we see Allison fires that one in there past Aubrey Jenkins. Oh, and 2 the count as Aubrey fouls that one straight back. Calls time as Sydney gets her shin guards adjusted there. Swings at a high one. That one gets away from Sydney, though. Sydney able to fire that one down to first and hauling that one in for the Urbana Tigers. Number 99, Taylor DeBerry, playing first today for Urbana. So they do get the out and avoid the base runner. Caitlin Hughes for her second go-round at the plate. She struck out back in the 3rd. She watches ball number 1 roll past Uher. 1-2 the count now to Hughes. Gets her swinging. Strike number 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Douglas now up to the plate. Douglas came across to score back in the 3rd after getting a single with a bunt to get on base. She was looking for a bunt there again as she fouls that one to the backstop. And strike number 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Allison Deck. 3 up, 3 down. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th as the Tigers still search for their first base runner of the morning. Very well-pitched game by Desi Darnell of Westville. Backed up by a great defense in the field by the Westville Tigers. And Urbana will lead off this inning with Allison Deck at the plate. She'll be followed by Ava Lemming and then Haley Thompson. Anytime you have these 3 coming up back to back to back, it's a prime opportunity for the Tigers to get on board. Westville up 1-0. They got a runner across back in the 3rd. Haven't seen too much offense since then. And that one finally drops, and Allison Deck will be the first base runner of the morning for the Urbana Tigers. She got some good contact on that, went down the third base side, and the third base player got a glove on it, but it dropped. So the Tigers have a runner on first. You see Ava Lemming look at strike number 1. She gets behind that pitch and swings away at strike number 2. So runner on first, nobody out. 0-2 count here to Lemming. Tigers of Urbana trail by 1, and Lemming swings away at a low one there. Thompson grounds out to third, but does advance the base runner. So with 2 out, Urbana has a runner on second. And DeBerry at the plate. Taylor is 0 for 1 on the morning as she grounded out her first go-round back in the third. Chopper up the middle, and it is fielded, tossed over the first for the third and final out of the inning. So the Tigers get a base runner in Allison Deck, but they leave her stranded out at second base and don't get anyone across the plate. So Westville is still up 1-0 as we head to the sixth inning here at Urbana High School. Jason Liggett with you on this Saturday morning on the Tigers Media Network. Lydia Gonzer due up for Westville. She's 1 for 2 today with pop out back in the first and a single in the third. That one fouled back to the parking lot. Everyone's smart enough not to park that close, so no damage done to any vehicles back there. Two and one count now to Lydia Gonzer. She shows bunt. Lydia pulls back as that one is a ball. Allison Deck responds, firing that one in there for strike number 2. Full count now to Lydia Gonzer here in the top of the sixth. First walk of the ball game as Lydia will reach first.
Go,
Abby Sabalaski back up at the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon and shows bunt for strike number 1. Gets the bunt down. And Allison Deck fielding that one nicely and shoveling it over to DeBerry at first base for the first out of the inning. Zabalaski does her job of advancing the base runner, and now Lydia out at second base there for the Westville Tigers in scoring position. Riley Jones swinging away at strike number 1. Jones shows bunt. Urbana might have her. We'll see if they can run her down. And they get her. So Good job there by Sydney Uher to fire that one down the third. They get the base runner caught in the middle and tag out Lydia Gonzer. So now 2 out in the inning. And gets the third out right there. Next pitch is a strike, and another strikeout there, delivered from Allison Deck. And that puts her in double digits for strikeouts. She's got 10. Three up, 3 down due to the tag out after Allison walked Lydia Gonzer. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of Westville as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here. Right fielder Julia Rudisil going to lead things off here for the Urbana Tigers. Catcher Sydney Uher on deck. Well, Tigers got their first base runner of the game last inning in the 5th. We'll see if they can get their first run here in the 6th. 1-0 ball game, advantage to the Westville Tigers. Rudisil lays it down for a bunt. She's going to try to hustle down there, but Westville fields that one nicely, and Desi fires it over to first for the out. Oh, good idea there by Billy Harmon and Urbana. Just tried to get a base runner on there with the bunt, but does not work out in their favor. And Uher now going to try to lay that one down for a bunt, and it's a foul ball. So Uher going to come back now. She swings at strike number 2. 0-2 the count here to Sydney Uher. Lorelei Yao on deck for the Tigers. Uher looks at strike number 3. Lorelei has made contact each time she's been up, but 0 for 2 on the morning with 2 ground outs, one in the first and one in the 4th, both to second base. She showed bunt early, got him running in, and then drew back as that one was low. One and 2 the count now to Lorelei. That one outside, and Lorelei holds off to even up the count at 2 apiece. She reaches out for that one, grounds it back to Desi, and Desi tosses it over to first and gets the out. So Tigers don't get anyone on, and we head to the 7th inning. Westville leads 1-0, as it has been a true pitcher's duel throughout. Darnell will lead off for Westville. She's 1 for 2 this morning. She had that triple back in the 4th. Big hit out to center field to get that one. That one popped up right above us here. Voids the crowd. 1-2 the count now to Desi. Deck fires that one in there for strike number 3. Ariel Clarkston swings at strike number 1. Clarkston 0 for 2 on the game. Popped out back in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Gets that one on the ground. And easy work for the Tigers as that one fielded by Ava Lemming. Tosses it over to Taylor DeBerry for the out. Kiara Cox fouls that one straight back. Cox 0 for 2 on the morning, struck out in the 2nd and popped out in the 4th. 1-0 Westville lead here in the top of the 7th. That ball gets down in left field, and a single for Kiera. Thompson not playing close enough to have a play on that ball. Got in the grass, but she did a nice job of smothering it and getting it back in. as Aubrey Jenkins back up to the plate for Westville. Pops that one up down the third base side, and Ava is there to get the third out of the 7th inning. It's do or die time now for the Urbana Tigers. They trail 1-0, and they head into the bottom of the 7th. Brinley Pullman due up for Urbana, followed by Abby Brown and Allison Deck. If any of them get on, Ava Lemming will be up to the plate. Coach Harmon with some words of encouragement down there first base side, as Urbana is still battling Desi Darnell, and Desi has had quite a game so far. Urbana has had some well-hit balls, but the defense has backed up Darnell. The Tigers have only had one base runner. That was Allison Deck back in the 5th. Deck hit that one straight to third base, but it was a well-hit ball and fell out of the glove of Kiera Cox. That's how she reached first. She made it to second on fielder's choice and then was stranded on second back in the 5th. Oh, well-hit ball. Almost took out the umpire down on the first base side. He was just quick enough to get out of the way of that one. It does go foul. Well hit ball there by Brinley. Just got to straighten it out. That one's low and away. There's another well-struck ball right to second, and good play there to scoop that one up and fire it over to first. Ariel Clarkston out there at second for the Westville Tigers. Tigers Brown up to the plate now. Swings away at strike number 1. Brown makes contact on the third base side, but good toss over to first to get the out there, as Kiera Cox fires it over to Abby Sambalaski. So the Tigers down to their last out here as they trail by 1. It's a 1-0 ball game, bottom of the 7th. Allison Deck pops this one out to shortstop and shows some frustration about it. So good game there by Desi Darnell and the Westville Tigers as they will get the W. The Urbana Tigers get the loss today in a tough one. They lose 1-0. And Coach Billy Harmon was right. The Tigers won. Unfortunately for the Urbana Tigers, the Westville Tigers come out on top. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. From everyone here at Urbana High School softball field. I'm Jason Liggett, and we'll see you next time.